With the completion of the first volume of the Boruto Timeskip, we have seen a completely different Boruto, a Boruto who is unlike his pre-Timeskip version. This has caused a lot of comparisons to be made, and the one question that now remains is whether Boruto has the best timeskip that we have seen in both the Naruto and Boruto franchise. This is the question that we're going to be attempting to answer in this video, and we're going to be breaking down all the best candidates that we can really discuss to see if Boruto really does have the best timeskip transformation that we have ever seen. The characters that we will be discussing in today's videos are the MCs and the side characters, which means that we're going to be talking about Boruto and Naruto's timeskip transformation and Kawaki and Sasuke to truly see who out of all four of these characters had the best timeskip transformation. Let's start off with the MC of the current franchise, Boruto Uzumaki, or now Boruto Otsutsuki. So pre-timeskip Boruto, what type of fighter was he, and what was the strength that he displayed? Pre-timeskip Boruto was a straightforward taijutsu user. He had a little bit more IQ and clever tricks compared to Naruto, but he really had that taijutsu focused attack where he relied on things like the Shadow Clone, as he almost used it in every fight that he partook in, and his Rasengan. Those were the main abilities that he was using, which has led a lot of people to compare pre-timeskip Boruto to the Naruto that we have seen, a Naruto who uses the Rasengan, his Shadow Clones, but is a little dumber to Boruto. However, Boruto does have some pretty unique abilities for his age, and that Boruto has mastered a lot of different ninjutsu compared to characters like Naruto. We see that pre-timeskip Boruto at around the age of 12 had mastered lightning, wind, and water. Out of the 5 elements, he had mastered already 3. This is very impressive, as characters like Sasuke only mastered 2. Naruto at the time didn't know that he had a wind element style. Continuing, Boruto at the age of 12 had already mastered the Rasengan and was also able to use the massive Rasengan as showed in chapter 78. When he was using his karma, he was able to use the massive Rasengan, something that he really wasn't supposed to be able to do due to his low amount of chakra reserves compared to Naruto as a kid, but because he became an Otsutsuki near the end of pre-timeskip Boruto, he now acquired advanced levels of chakra control, allowing him to use the massive Rasengan. He also created his own version of the Rasengan with the vanishing Rasengan and the wind style Rasengan that he used in the anime. These abilities allow pre-timeskip Boruto to be quite a tricky opponent, and an opponent who is quite strong because of the version 2 karma that he acquired in the Code Arc, as it allowed Boruto to tap into the combat experience of both Momoshiki and Kinshiki, allowing him to become a seasoned warrior in a matter of seconds. These different abilities allow Boruto to be a pretty strong user, and the karma also came with other basic abilities like absorption of ninjutsu. Space-time ninjutsu would allow Boruto to go to various different dimensions. We can already see that Boruto at the age of 12 and in pre-timeskip Boruto is a very strong opponent, especially for his age, as pre-timeskip Boruto at the age of 12 is top 10 characters that we have seen in the series. He is not top 5 just yet at the end, but he is definitely top 10. After the timeskip is where we see Boruto get unbelievably strong, as we can see that Boruto has changed and has adopted the Uchiha style. This is not only in his outfit, but in the abilities he used, which means that he can now both use taijutsu and kinjutsu. We can see that in the way he fights, that he has both elements of Sasuke and Kashin Koji. Sasuke with him using a sword, Kashin Koji with him being able to use toads and implant toads on Code as he fought. This is the IQ based fighting, a bit of stealth, a bit of ninja missions. We can see the influence of Koji, as Jiraiya was one of the people who went on these stealth type of missions, as seen when he went to the rain village to go and fight Pain. We can see that Jiraiya was more of a stealth fighter, which is why Kashin Koji does the same thing. We can already see the influence that Boruto now possesses. He has the Uchiha style, and he has that Jiraiya stealth toad type of fighting style that he has adopted. In addition, he created another version of the Rasengan, which is called the Uzuhiko, which literally takes the planet's rotation and puts it all into an opponent. Pause no homo. We can already see that Boruto has taken all the abilities that he once had access to and has enhanced them to a greater level. He now has the Flying Raijin, a defensive lightning style ability that is unnamed at the moment. We have many different changes that we see in Boruto, and there are potential changes that have not been confirmed yet that Boruto should have access to, as Boruto probably mastered the rest of the different elements, and he should have fully mastered his karma. Depending on whether you believe that he uses the karma or not, there is a possibility that Boruto has mastered his karma just like Kawaki. So with all these different changes, Boruto goes from a top 10 fighter to a character who is top 5 and potentially top 3 for some other people. Boruto becomes super strong, and this level of change is very evident as we see that he is able to beat a character who is stronger than Jigen in code, which means that he goes from a character who struggled to deal with code with no limiters to the Timeskip with code without limiters. He is able to easily beat him. So this is Boruto's case, and we can already see that Boruto's Timeskip transformation is very strong. This is a very strong candidate that we have right here. The next Timeskip transformation that we're going to be discussing is Naruto's Timeskip transformation. And Naruto's Timeskip transformation is something that is very misunderstood. A lot of people are like, oh, why is Naruto not that strong? Why is Naruto not that strong after the Timeskip? Did he not train? Did he not do that? Let's break down everything. The main way that we see Naruto improve from the Timeskip is his combat experience and his IQ. If he becomes a lot smarter, and we can see that in the way he fights, but he is also able to make the massive Rasengan. He can control the size of his Rasengan, make it a lot bigger, and he's a better user of the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and that all comes with the new IQ and the new combat experience that he has awakened. And that's pretty much the only change that we see in Naruto, and a lot of people complain about this but never understood the main reason. We are told by Jiraiya himself that Naruto couldn't control the Nine Tails chakra, which almost caused Jiraiya to die, as he got one of his greatest injuries from Naruto himself. Then because of that, Naruto stopped training too much out of fear that the Nine Tails would take over and wreak havoc and potentially even kill Jiraiya and other people. This is why we don't really see Naruto train that much. And this in general explains Naruto's situation in the Timeskip and why he is really not that strong. So although Naruto, he is a pretty cool character, we do love him, we have to admit that his Timeskip transformation, it seems right now that it's the worst one out of the two. It's definitely nowhere near Boruto. But we still have two other potential candidates to see who does have the best Timeskip transformation. And the first person that we're going to have to talk about is Kawaki. Kawaki, we have to go back to Kawaki in his pre-Timeskip version. So what we see from Kawaki pre-Timeskip, you can see that he learned how to use fire style. He's slowly starting to learn how to use different various ninjutsu as he picks up the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he is a very versatile fighter. Kawaki, due to the manipulation that he has of his arm, he can turn his arm into some sort of a slice. He can make his arm bigger using the scientific ninja tool, which is his body. He is very versatile and is clever when he uses his Shadow Clone Jutsu. He also possesses a blast attack, which for some odd reason still doesn't have a name, but it is pretty strong, as we see it literally take away half of Garo's body when he uses it against Garo. So those are some of the ninjutsu based abilities that Kawaki has. With his karma, he now has access to different abilities from Ishiki, as pre-Timeskip Kawaki was able to use Daikokoden and Sukuna Hikonen, so he was able to use some of Ishiki's abilities. The main difference is that Kawaki doesn't have the 8 triangles in his dojutsu, he only had 4 at the time. At the end of the series though, there is a big argument to say that Kawaki is top 5. He's getting close to top 5. He was called the strongest person in the village after Naruto got packed up and Kawaki got his karma and Boruto came back as an Otsutsuki. He was considered to be the strongest person in the village and was wreaking havoc. He was going crazy. And we can see that Kawaki does have some changes, although he still has a similar style, unlike Boruto, who had a crazier transformation in his fighting style. He has fully mastered his karma, and that is the main thing that Kawaki has done. I think Kawaki is focused on mastering his karma, as we see him with the 8 triangles in his dojutsu instead of the 4 and the 5 that we usually saw. So it would basically mean that Kawaki is on the same level or stronger than Ishiki in theory, due to how the karma works. Since he is able to tap into all of Ishiki's experience, he should be in the same tier of power as Ishiki, and the only difference would be their fighting styles. And this is why Kawaki in the time skip is easily top 5. And he's also a good candidate. We'll come back in the conclusion at the end, but Kawaki definitely is a strong candidate, and we can make a strong case for Kawaki having a top tier time skip transformation. It seems like he has only gone the karma route, which may play a part into him not having the craziest time skip transformation. But let's go back to Sasuke. And Sasuke's time skip transformation, it made a lot of Naruto fans cry because of how much stronger Sasuke was compared to Naruto, who really didn't get that much stronger, as Sasuke fully mastered the Chidori and was able to use it in ways that are simply brilliant, with him creating the Chidori Senbon, him creating the Chidori Stream. All these different abilities that Sasuke created all came from the Chidori, which he fully mastered. Just like Boruto, he picked up a sword and was able to use his sword in so many different ways, and after the time skip, he was so strong that he was able to contend with characters like Deidara, and he was able to kill Orochimaru, although he was weakened due to the condition of his body. Sasuke also has an incredible change that has to be discussed because it was absolutely crazy how much Sasuke was able to change during his time skip transformation. We also have to discuss how he fully mastered his Sharingan and was able to use it well using different types of genjutsu, and Sasuke was all around a very good fighter, very smart, continued the IQ based fighting, but now he has his sword, and his time skip change is completely crazy. But now we have to get to the conclusion. Who had the best time skip transformation? And let's just remove all the options that shouldn't be there no more. We have to get rid of Naruto first and foremost. Naruto's time skip transformation, to be completely honest, his time skip was worthless and it really wasn't spent too well due to the restrictions that he had. We're not going to blame Naruto too much because he's not somebody who doesn't want to change, but his time skip transformation wasn't all that due to the things and the restrictions that he had to deal with. The next one we're going to have to remove is Kawaki. Although Kawaki could have a strong case, we just don't know too much about Kawaki right now. Obviously, he's going to be going crazier in the future and is going to be more involved. But Kawaki right now, we just can't say for certain if he is really a contender for the person who has the best time skip transformation. Then the question that we now have to discuss is, between Sasuke and Boruto, who has the best time skip transformation? And the simple answer is Boruto. Obviously, we're all going to be saying Boruto. It's not that Sasuke has a bad time skip or anything. Sasuke is a worthy contender, but Boruto's time skip transformation is simply crazy. He has the Flying Raijin. He has the Uzuhiko. He has probably mastered his karma. He is able to take down strong characters like Code in base without even using the karma. There's so many different ways. He changed fighting styles. He got a new fighting style and excels in that fighting style. He is top 5 characters in the series. Nobody is really on his level like that. The new villains had to be introduced because he packed everybody up. It is simply simple. Boruto is him, and it is simply no discussion to me. Boruto's time skip transformation is crazy. But the reason why Boruto's time skip transformation hits everybody so hard is because of who he was in the past and everything he had to deal with. Boruto lost everything, and we can see that Boruto changed. Boruto was a happy kid. He was just like Naruto, but a little bit more sarcastic, more clever, and more intelligent. But he was the happy-go-lucky kid. But he isn't that kid anymore. He has lost Sasuke, and now he's doing everything to bring Sasuke back. And that's why his time skip transformation is so crazy, because he has nobody else to depend on but himself. And that's why you have to watch this video to understand why exactly Boruto changed so much.